Hello there, you guys. This is Aishi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I haven't been consistent again on this channel, or it just didn't feel like posting, like based on a you know time limit of forcing myself to show up when I don't want to show up here online. I mean, not in my real life, personal life. Obviously, in my real life, I always show up, even if I do not want to show up. I force myself literally to show up, and today as well, I had to force myself literally to show up at night on my bed, sitting and recording this video because things like has just gotten to a point where it's too overwhelming for me to take it all at once. I have been going through a lot of transformations, a lot of shifts that are happening in inside my body and even outside in my life. I'm experiencing a lot of things. I'm dealing and handling a lot of things. I have started going to my NGO for internship purpose, where I'm enjoying teaching the kids about anything and everything that they want to learn. Okay, basically, I am helping them, which is literally, I feel so blessed and grateful that I can provide my education, that all the things that I have learned from my childhood up until this point in my life, I can teach that and those all of those things to these kids that I'm teaching them. When I go to the NGO, basically I'm being assigned to guide them, which really it was my dream. Okay, as a kid, I always wanted to do something to help other people in my life. I think that has been my biggest, motivation. That is my life motto. You can say I wanted to help millions and billions of people out there if I could, and yes, obviously get paid for it, which right now I'm not getting paid for this NGO thing and whatever. But you know what is the real pay here? The actual payoff for this work that I'm doing. It's the happiness that you get after teaching those kids. It's like uncomparable. Like, you cannot compare this happiness, amount of happiness, and the degree to which you feel this joy inside your heart when you genuinely help other people learn something better that can, you know, make their life 100 times better as well. Just by you coming across them and just your presence, okay? Your words, your knowledge, your presence, your wisdom, the things you share, or even just a full on interaction with these people that you come across in your life, and how it has always impacted people in my reality. Like, not just these kids today, they are genuinely so happy to be around in my presence. They feel so grateful. They are just like, Didi, can you come every day? They are just like, because I want to be in your, I just want to listen to you. They're literally so excited whenever I go there. That is a different kind of happiness, okay? If I, throughout my whole week, talk about my happiness, and the thing that excites me right now the most in my life is that part, those 2 days of my week that I go to the NGO and teach them something, and then I come back home and I reflect on everything that I have experienced throughout my day, and just that happiness overtakes me, okay? That overtakes me. Literally, I may be going through the most heartbreaking situations of my life, and still I will come back with such a positive mindset, with such a positive, response to everything that is happening around me, more because it's my own willpower. I am not the person who likes to give up, even when the circumstances are difficult. I would still push through. I'm that kind of person. I do not like to give up on anything that I dream of having in my life. I believe that I can achieve it and I can have it simply because I have the audacity to have it. And the universe is not on a budget. You need to ask for more and start feeling no shame, guilt, or fear for asking for more, because when you know you are born with this thing, like this gifts and talents that you have inside you ever since when you were a kid, and you have been through so many situations that actually could have unalived you, you wouldn't have been alive by now, but you're still, that is living proof in itself that you are born with these gifts and powers, these superpowers. You wouldn't have been able to survive until this day in your life if you did not have something within you that is so potent, that is so, you know, enlightening, and that is so powerful. It has to be powerful. You wouldn't have come along all this way through your life, like, and you don't even look like you have whatever you have gone through, all those hard experiences, like the lowest of all point experiences in your life is not just because here to, like, break you or make your life like fall apart. That's not the only thing that's happening. Yes, that is happening. Your life may be falling apart sometimes. Things need to fall apart, okay? Things that are no longer in alignment with what you truly deserve in life, with what you truly are worthy of. When you are no longer uh, aligned, because with certain people, places, situations, and environment that is not giving you what you're worthy of and what you're deserving of, that's when things will fall apart. You will be forced by the universe to change and to have no other option but to let go of these all old environments, old identities. Even, and most painful thing is letting go of your old versions of you and old identities that you have built around these people, these places and situations, just because they are familiar, they felt safe, but now it no longer makes you feel good when you are around them. Which once was your peace, which once made you feel good when you were with them, it no longer gave you the same happiness, that peace, and that making you feel good or making you feel like you are worthy, because you know you're worth more at this point. And when those things that you're surrounding yourself with in life is not in alignment with what you actually deserve, you will feel the urge to just let go, like completely let it all collapse, fall apart with no remorse. Like truly, because what do you miss? Exactly. What do you miss? The staying with these people and thus making yourself more alone, more lonely, more in doubt of where you are, whether you deserve more greater things, beautiful things or not, whether you deserve respect or not, whether you deserve to be recognized for your value, for your the presence, the power of your presence that you bring in the room. But these people that you chose to stay around with before did not match the value of your presence. Like literally, are you satisfied with that kind of life? You need to ask yourself. You have no one else to look at in the mirror at the end of the day but yourself. So Literally, that's just the point of life, you know. When you are no longer satisfied with the life that you're living with right now, yeah, there is a lot of people, okay, around us who are very much satisfied with the kind of life they are living, because they are okay with it. They're okay with living that kind of life. Yeah, having, for example, having a job, getting a good job, then having a good relationship just for the image. Yeah, it looks good on paper. It looks good on, you know, photos, on pictures, on Instagram, on social media. Yeah, it looks good on paper and everything. Looks picture perfect, everything. But are you really happy deep down with the things that you are currently, you know, holding yourself onto too tightly, that you have made it so uncomfortable for yourself to even breathe or let yourself be happy or truly feel fulfilled or satisfied with the things that you currently have in your life? That's the real question, you know, because I didn't go through all this shitload of trauma, okay, ever since I was a kid. And it all started back when I was like 13, 14, or even before that. It already it already started when I was like 13 years of age, when I remember. My environment which I grew up in, it wasn't a good one, okay? It was very toxic, very abusive. I was always, my parents would, you know, stop me, try to tell me what I should do or I shouldn't do with my life. If anything, I could not do what I want to do. I always had to be, you know, under the control, under the pressure of what others would think, what others would, uh, you know, the consequences of what if I chose to follow what I want to do in my life and they didn't like it. My parents didn't approve of it, or maybe my friends did not like it, or maybe my partner, the crush I like, did not like what I do with my life, okay? So I had a lot of conditions growing up, which wasn't really very much happy, but yeah, not saying कि I wasn't loved or supported at all. Throughout my journey, I was very much as well loved and supported by these same people that who once like my parents used to abuse me a lot before. But now, ever since I healed all of my traumas, I have been still working on healing a lot of my traumas, okay? Ever since I have healed my inner child, especially, and letting her, you know, literally speak her own truth. Because I am not here to, this video is going to be about, I am no longer sugarcoating my own truth in life to make it sound palatable, more digestible, more easier on you. Whether you like my truth or not, sort it out yourself, okay? That is on you, that is not on me. But I am going to speak from my heart. I am going to listen to my own intuition, which I have been doing, by the way, which I'm so grateful for. Recently, I have been able to cut off a lot of toxicity and abuse from my life that was keeping me from, you know, my true, authentic self that I wanted to live up to my life, but I couldn't. And I felt like I need to play small, I need to shut it out, you know, shut my emotions out, shut my how I felt like those, when I stayed around those environments, those people, that certain behaviors that they showed to me were not in alignment with where I want to go in my life. So I felt like I need to shut down that voice and be like, no, you're wrong. No, you're just feeling, it's not, you know, true, it's not real. But shit got too real, especially on the 999 portal. Okay, I just got a big ass dream, and I swear to God, Tell me one time that my dreams especially has been literally my divine guidance in life, which I chose to just be blind to. Before in my life, I used to be so blind. I used to think I had no guidance, I had no support, just because externally I was not being, able to follow what I want to do, or where I need to go, or how I should talk, or how I should not talk in my life. I externally, as you know, I didn't have that kind of support or freedom to express what I really want to be, or how I really want to act like. So since there was always a condition in my environment around which I was like tied to act around or move around walking on eggshells a certain way that would please my environment, that would give to my environment, but not actually give back to me, not actually fulfill me. But when I healed my inner child, right? So I'm sorry for this noise, okay? I don't know if you guys can hear that noise in my video. I'm so sorry for that. But anyways, back to the video. So when I actually healed my inner child, I got my voice back. I got my own power back. I could now speak my own truth without feeling responsible or guilty for other people's judgment about what I want to do with my life. Because if it truly makes me feel fulfilled, and it's me literally giving my inner child the permission to live its dreams without waiting for anyone else to approve of it, whether I'm deserving of it, of living such a great life, such a high life that I have the image and picture in my head of. Yeah, certain people are not happy with this amount of success, this amount of high life, high standards that I have now in my life. Okay, certain people did not want me to become this much successful that I am today. Me literally pursuing my own dream subject course that I wanted to study, because they were not, some of my friends, they were not allowed to pursue their own dream subject career, whatever they wanted to choose. So they wanted to make me as well go down the other around path, the path where I would not listen to my intuition and follow actually my dreams, and where I want to enroll myself, but somewhere they want to go down to hell and drag me along with them. See, listen this carefully very much. Be very selective, okay, about the friends you pick and choose to surround yourself with, especially. Be picky, okay, be wise in who you surround yourself with, especially your friend circle, especially you cannot change your family circle, okay, but you can change, you have a choice, okay, in your friendships, you have a choice in your dating experiences and relationships, and the partners you pick or choose to be with, you obviously have a choice there. And since you have a choice there, I need you to not settle for anything less than what you deserve, because you're nothing in life is going to be satisfying there, okay. And yes, if you are someone who hasn't been in any relationship or any kind of good relationship or anything like that picture perfect one, as I told before in this video, I want you to go through that experience. Not saying that you should intentionally go through any bad experience and then learn a lesson, hey, you should do this, I'm not saying it in that way, but it is necessary for you to experience at least certain type of relationships, okay, that will actually make you realize what you truly want, what you truly deserve, what you're truly worthy of. That will help you build your strong self image, your strong self concept. Not just the image, but your strong self concept. about how much you are capable of. Because if you are a person like me who has so much love to give, but no one actually that, you can say deserving of that love, of that beautiful presence and powers and everything that you bring to the room, you have so much to give, but not a single person that you have found yet that are actually, deserving of having full on access to every parts of you, every parts of the love that you have inside your whole body and your whole system. That is what I mean. Okay, if you haven't find anyone like that, give it to yourself. That's how you learn, by going through that experience, that you can wait a minute, I can actually give it to myself, I can actually provide myself, instead of seeking validation from these people that do not even understand themselves, that do not even reflect on themselves. They do not consider asking questions like you, because they are okay with living the life they have been provided on the plate. They don't care if it's nasty. They don't care if it's bare minimum. They don't care if they are going to into trauma, more trauma than they have ever been through. They don't care if they are going down the hell in their own life. But do you want to sign up for that shame shit? Do you want to subscribe to that shame shit? Make your life shitty as well? See, high quality standards come from sometimes very low quality experiences. And it might sound like a very harsh truth, but yes, it comes from having low quality experiences, experiencing those all things at first, then realizing shit, oh, like, oh no, no, actually I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled, because I'm being tortured, I've been abused. This is not love. I've been trying to romanticize this person's, constantly hurting me and me forgiving them as love. That is not love. That is nice. That is people pleasing. That is me saying, hey, you can treat me however you want, but I will still stay with you, I will still stick by you because I love you. That is trauma. That is fucking insecure attachment style that you have. You need to heal that inner child wound, that mother or father wound that you have within yourself, to become a more secure style attachment person or individual. Okay, because what happens is, if you do not heal that wound, you keep recreating that same dynamic from your childhood, of where you were never allowed to do anything as you wish, because you knew inside you deserve more, you deserve to be praised, you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be respected, cared, taken care of the right way, but nobody gave it to you. Since you had no healthy example or role model growing up as, you just had people around you who were exactly the opposite of what you dreamt of having in your life. Okay, like, your environment is what inspired you to not be like them. You had to have, that's why, this kind of environment, this kind of experience, to actually fucking realize, okay, this is not what I want, but something else that I truly deserve and I truly want, that is aligned with my soul's, desire. And sometimes your soul's desire may be maybe disguised as your ego's desire, and this is revealed only through a relationship. Okay, only through a dating experience in life, where if you are dating an insecure guy and you yourself are insecure, you yourself, your self concept is very like poor, it's not strong, you depend on validation to feel like you are something. Otherwise, having no one around you is scary, it's uncomfortable, It's hashtag like very terrifying. You feel like you're losing everything, you're losing control, and you are a person who is not okay with losing control in your life. Okay, so my love, that's when you attract the same type of guy, because you didn't heal from your trauma. That's what happens. If you do not heal your insecure attachment style, you will keep attracting the same person in different phases, just the same repetition, okay, of the same kind of stories, same lessons. See, do not let the universe, I repeat this statement only once, do not let the universe fucking teach you the same lesson again and again. Do not. Don't do that. Just don't do that, okay? Because that's going to be the biggest regret in your life. You will be like, why did I not learn it at the first time, that I need to be with myself first. I need to work on myself first. I need to reflect on where I am at my life, and if I'm really okay with where I am in my life, or I want something different, I want change, I want to, have better experiences and improve my reality and improve myself as well. So I attract better, and I attract those improved and new, highly evolved versions of me in other people that I meet. So you decide, you either go back into the old life that you once had, or you take a leap, a risk, a faith, okay, a leap of jump, a leap of faith, not a leap of jump, see, a leap of faith, take the risk and completely jump into the unknown, into the new reality where everything feels uncertain. It is so isolating, because at the beginning of your healing journey, especially your reflection journey, it's not going to be easy, because you are not going to be happy with a lot of things. You are not going to be okay with a lot of things that you once were okay with. Plus, you're not going to be surrounded yourself with a lot of distractions which once used to give you comfort, which once used to be like, hey, why are you so in your head? Why are you thinking where you will be going in your life? Just come with us, and we will hang out, we will have fun, we will watch movies, we will watch this, that, we will go to the bars, we will sing, we will dance. Yeah, you can do that with your friends and have chill and fun. Mostly what are friends for in life? Chill, entertainment purpose, having fun. I'm not saying having friends, chill, entertainment purpose and all that is bad, okay? Not saying that, not demonizing that thing, but if that is the only motto or goal you have in life, then do not complain. When you are being served with something that is not okay with where you want to go in life, okay, then do not ask any question. Do not reflect on yourself. Do not complain about why you are attracting the same fucking bad relationships, same fucking bad toxic experiences with your, friendship circles. Do not complain then. See, either you can take that risk and completely jump into the new reality. You are at I feel like intuitively I'm picking up a lot of, energies right now, as I know a lot of you guys are watching this video, and with my collective, if you know, I'm feeling like a lot of people are at the same point of in their journey where I feel like I am at right now. And so if you resonate with this message, please use your discernment, okay? Do not try to fit in my words into your life or into your mouth and then try to make it fit and be like, okay, that I thought that is on it. If it feels like deep down when you listen to this video, you will already know, because you will feel the chills inside your bones, inside your heart. Something will be like, I so fucking deeply resonate with this message right now. That's how you will feel, and that's how you will know it's meant for you. This message is, if this message is finding you, coming across your feed or anywhere you randomly clicked onto this video, this is meant for you, and it's not a coincidence. We do not believe in coincidences in life. Nothing is by accident. Everything happens for a reason, and if this video is finding you, it's also because of that same reason. You maybe needed to hear this message that I'm saying and sharing with you guys right now. So if you have come so far up until this video, congratulations. And yeah, just let's get back into the video. As I was saying, yeah, so you can either jump into the new reality by taking this risk, by taking time off for yourself and saying to your friends and being like, hey, listen, I want to isolate myself because I need some time. I need to reflect on where I am. I need to reflect on why cannot I feel happy? Why can't I be happy with what I have in my life right now? Why can't I feel good? Why can't I feel like this? I feel like I need to be doing this thing, this job, be at this certain, have this certain amount of wealth in my life, and why am I not still there yet? So I have a lot of questions to ask to myself, and I have a lot of things to, really understand why and how. Understand why and how the things that are happening within and outside me right now, and what I need to do, where I need to go next in my life. Okay, so just, you're obviously not going to explain so much to your friends or whatever, to your family. Just be to like them, like, hey, listen, I just need some time for myself. I need some space. Okay, I basically need to process a lot of things that I'm going through. I feel overwhelmed by it. And yes, if I need any support, if I need any help, I will reach out to you. I will myself text you, or you are free to text me as well. But for right now, I need this me time hashtag, because I really have a lot of things that I need to deal with. And it's very much important for me to deal with. And that's it. You don't have to explain so much. You just have to be like, I need some time to reflect on everything that's been going on. You know? Okay. So, and yeah, one of the things I wrote down in my notepad today, okay, it's about relationships and dating experiences again. As you guys know, that is one of my favorite topics, because most of my life, I think I've suffered a lot in my love relationships dynamics areas, you can say, aspects of my life, rather than suffering in my career or business aspects. It's not saying that I've never suffered in my business or career aspects. It's not right. Okay, that's not true. That's not true. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Not right, but it's not true that I haven't been through any struggles in my career or choosing what I really want to do. And that's that's whole another topic. Anyways, we will talk about some other day. But right now, I feel like personally I have suffered, especially a lot in the relationships and love aspects of my life. Yes, want to know what money does not fix, what having money does not heal? Your traumas, your childhood insecure attachment styles, your childhood abuse, your toxicity that you have known most of your life and you haven't been able to process with it or deal with it or really, like, cope with it. So if you do not heal in those parts or grow or learn how to, come out of that situation better than what you had been through, all of those experiences, okay, so then you will eventually be pushing away your money and wealth as well, because you will be like, when people do want to actually pay you more, you will sabotage it by saying like, no, I don't feel like I deserve it. I think actually I you will deep down be feeling so insecure receiving just money from other people, even if you truly deserve it and you deserve more and you get it. You have so many clients coming up to you, you have so many people coming up to you and literally wanting to pay you, wanting to, hand you $1 million, for example, okay, for example. And how you sabotage that good thing, that healthy thing, is by literally, even if you receive the money, you spend it on other things and immediately just get off of that money, because you literally deep down feel like, no, you do not deserve it. Maybe you should have worked hard, you should have worked more in order for you to, get this amount of certain money that you have got today paid to you on your table, okay. So that's what happens. Again, it goes back to your childhood trauma, because in deep down, that inner child, it's still not validated, it still doesn't feel safe. Your nervous system still does not feel safe to handle that amount of huge wealth that you're receiving right now. And that's where all the self concept, dating experiences, your childhood abuse trauma, your inner child wound comes into play. It is all linked back into your childhood, okay. That's why if you do not heal these aspects, even if you have everything, you're very successful, you have a lot of money, you have your own home, you have your own car, you have your own business, it will still not heal you. That's the harsh truth. Yes, having money, 98% of the problems are solved in your life, okay, by having massive amounts of wealth and being so rich. It solves most of the problems, but the 2% of the problem that is not solved, that is your love. First aspect is love, second, your childhood trauma. And personally, I have suffered more in that childhood trauma thing and dating experiences in life, basically. That's how it has been for me, okay. But that does not mean that is all I will be like or stay like for the rest of my life, because I do not feel resonated or relatable to the places that I once used to subscribe for in my life. I have already unsubscribed from it, from those channels. And recently, this thing that I wrote down in my notepad was basically about, why do you think that men know a woman's worth? That was a deep question. I was recently being asked in one of my interview videos that I had been doing, okay. So in this interview, uh, basically they asked me the question of, do you think that you are talking about feminism and everything, do you think that men, they do know a woman's worth and still choose to, act like they don't? Which was a very deep and interesting question, because yes, the answer is yes. I was like, yes, a man usually knows a woman's worth, but he just does not want the women to realize it. And especially this is true for insecure men, okay. Because the insecure man, wouldn't want you to realize who you are. They wouldn't want you to wake up to your own potential, to your own power, and to your own worth. They would rather prefer you when you do not know any of those self concept or things that build you into who you are. Okay, so basically my point is, insecure men do not want you to realize your worth as a woman, and they go for women who are insecure just like them. Now you see why you attract people on the same frequency. There is no fucking reason. You just met this person out of nowhere like a coincidence. No, people are not out of the blue. Obviously, there has to be a reason. Scientifically, there has to be some other things going on behind the scenes, maybe inside your own brain, maybe inside, going back to your own childhood thing, that you're still in the process of processing, or maybe you haven't processed it, and that is exactly why you are attracting this kind of experience, this kind of men, this kind of women in your life. Related to that, you attract people on the same levels and frequency that you are at, on the same vibration that you are vibrating at. So now you see why you do not attract what you want, but you do attract what you are and what you believe in yourself to be. That's how it works basically. So coming back to this point, insecure men, they like, control. They like power, they like to dominate, they like control. So they will go for women who are insecure, who are weak, who do not know their power, who do not know what they are worthy of. Because again, if you start realizing your own power as a woman, your own worth, that insecure man knows you would not stay with them. You would leave them, of course. Of course, you would leave that relationship. Of course, you would not engage with them again. Because you realized your power. You were sleeping on your potential. You were sleeping on your own worth all this time. But when you finally wake up, you realize you no longer feel good. You no longer feel happy with the things that you have accepted so far, because that was disrespecting right out. So yeah, that's how it is. Because insecure men like control, they like power, they like to dominate, they will go for women who are submissive, who are okay with the things that they are being provided in a relationship, even if that means like getting treated like an option, getting cheated on, getting treated like just right out being very much abused. If not physically, then even mentally. Being played with your emotions. Okay, one day you are like in that relationship with this guy who makes you feel very certain that you are the one he wants. Then the next day he is acting like, I don't know you exist. I don't care. I couldn't care much about how you feel. I just said what I said. I don't know the impact of my words. They act like this. Those are hashtag toxic men that you are not here to engage or deal with. And you know how those men feel something, like they feel secure, or they feel like they are important, or they are powerful? By dominating you, by controlling you, by keeping the relationship dynamic in their own control, in their own hand, by acting in a way that is not making you realize your worth. And what they do is, by trying to act like they don't know your worth in that relationship, they actually end up triggering a woman's worth. Now, this is very interesting because they actually end up making that woman fucking understand that she deserves better. There is more out there. There is more healthy relationships, healthy and safe connections that are certain about what they really want in their lives, and that's why it will make that woman, if she quits this relationship, not regret that she quit this relationship or not see it as a loss, but hashtag see it as a gain to her own power and energy, because thank God her energy and time was now saved. She saved it herself. She chose to save herself and finally go to someone that is actually going to make her feel safe and secure enough to speak her own truth, her own true thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And somewhere that safety and security is built in that healthy connections when it is being reciprocated in the same manner, in the same way by that man. Okay, in the sense that that man respects what you feel, respects what you go through, and he understands, tries to understand what has been frustrating you. And he is not the man who lets you go to bed or go to sleep being mad at you, being mad at him, sorry, not mad at you but being mad at him. Because if he comes to realize that I have done something wrong to offend her or to make her mad, he immediately tries to, you know, resolve the conflict, not just let it pass away like any passing moment, and then later on that thing ends up you gaslighting yourself like, okay, this man has made a mistake once, that does not mean he is going to repeat it again. And then you stay and settle basically, and then that thing goes on repeating itself until and unless in a toxic connection it goes to a point where you cannot take it anymore, that hurt, that betrayal, because he has been ditching you, he has been avoiding your feelings, he has been rejecting you, he didn't want to pay attention to how you feel, he didn't care at all about how the way he is acting is making you feel exactly opposite of whether he truly likes you or not in his life, whether he truly sees you as the one or not for him, or whether he truly wants you as a part of his life or not. If he's making you question all of these things, you already know where you are. You are in an abusive relationship, you are in a toxic relationship. Whereas in a healthy relationship, the man you are with, there would not be a moment of doubt, a moment of fear that you would feel or question yourself. Even if you do question yourself, you will be given the answer by God and not just by this man, like validated, like, no, you are safe. You can actually speak about how you feel. If you feel that anything that is bothering you and it has been a lot on you, any ways that I have been showing up or being inconsistent in my behavior, okay, a man who is willing to come clean with his actions and take accountability for his actions like this in front of you, trust me, that's the biggest sign that you are in a healthy relationship. And if you do find it boring, then again it's something wrong with your own self concept, because you can be in a relationship with a secure person, with a secure man or woman, whatever, but you would still feel insecure. You would still want to go back to that insecurity, those highs and lows, uncertainties of one day you know you are the one, center of the universe, another day you are like, you're no longer the center of the universe. They act like they don't even know that you exist. So if you want to choose, you want to continue with those highs and lows, uncertainties like this, like every day is a torture, basically in your mind, or through words, using verbal abuse, beating or slapping. You want to choose that kind of relationship still because you find control or someone dominating you as love and you mistake that as love. There is something very wrong in your, you know, I would not say very wrong. I would say you have to go back to your own childhood experiences, the kind of environment that you grew up in, and you really have to look at yourself and be like, okay, what what experience in my life, in my childhood, okay, from my childhood, has made me believe that hurting someone is love, or when you do not care about how you make other the people that you love feel anyways, is that love really? You really have to start questioning yourself about what of those freaking experiences from your mom, dad, or whatever, whoever has passed you down in your childhood, in love especially, that has shaped you into who you are today and who you want to be today by staying in the same familiar toxic patterns of where you do not know whether you are the one who is in their mind all the time, or who is, not who is in their mind all the time, but whether you do not have any clarity basically about where you exactly stand in their life. That is what I mean. Okay, so yeah, it's sometimes hard to put it out in words for me, but anyways, I'm trying my best. And my lighting has been it has been on and off, and I swear to God, this music doesn't allow me to sleep at night. I don't know what freaking kind of show is going on outside. It's literally annoying me. Not even, bro, why don't these guys just go to sleep? I'm getting so annoyed and irritated right now. If I could, I would throw a big stone on their head. Just kidding, but literally that's how I feel like I want to do, just throw a big stone, throw it outside my window, be like, shut the noise, fucking volume down. I like peace more than these noises. Anyways, so what was I telling? Basically, yeah, when you are in a healthy relationship, first thing, the guy would not love bomb you constantly 24/7 to give you that highs one day and then drop you on the low next day. Like, maybe he is not doing that intentionally, maybe. I mean, a man who is a player and who is insecure, he knows what he is doing. He will know that he is making you uncertain. One day feel very sure that you are the one, next day feel like you are not the one. Insecure man, people who are actually bad, they know what they're doing. They will just be like, if you confront to them about their own behavior, they will just be like, yeah, I know I'm bad, I'm a player, so what? So what? I will continue to do that, and they will keep doing it, repeating it. That's how they will act, an insecure man. But if he's a secure man and some of his behaviors has made you question where you stand in his life, maybe if things like that, I'm not saying, see, these uncertainties, I'm not saying in a healthy relationship or connection you will never feel these uncertain situations. There will be a lot of different kinds of uncertain situations, maybe not about where you stand in their life, but about why maybe you both wanted to be together somewhere, okay, but due to your job situation he is having to move out and you are having to stay at home at a certain state or country. Let's take for example, you are staying in Canada and your boyfriend has to go move out to some very far away place, like maybe in America, okay, USA. And then what happens, it becomes a long distance and you slowly start, those doubts start creeping in. If he is really into you, if he is not seeing any other person, he's not getting interested in any other women, while this space, this distance has been created, right? Because in the space that you are in physically or even sometimes mentally, you can go through a lot of distance, can make you to get confused about where you stand in their life and whether this person is really into you or not. That's what I mean. So these kind of uncertainties can also happen in a healthy connection, but you really need to understand and observe the other person's behavior and notice for all of the signs and even listen to your own intuition and not miss out on any clues that has been given to you all of the moments those doubts creep in, okay? Because with those doubts there will also be moments of peace and silence where your intuitive insights would hit on you, and you need to really watch out for those moments to get clarity on whether this is the right person for me and or whether this is not really being going anywhere or being aligned with my own goals, with my own priorities, with my own needs. If they are not being met or fulfilled in a relationship, then I need to break up, then I need to move on, then I need to find someone else. You'll get that clarity. So this is the thing that I was saying. A secure man, on the other hand, when you confront them with all of your doubts and thoughts that are creeping in, he would not be like cringing out, he would not be like getting frustrated because you are saying all of these doubts. Hey, maybe for example, let's say you said to him like, you're not seeing anyone else, right? Just directly ask any question like this, like, where have you been all the time? Because you didn't text me or message me. Can you come and see me? Can I go and meet you? So messages like this, when you miss someone, what do? You put in the actions, go and see them, right? So you need to do all these actions. You need to watch out for their behavior and response to that as well. Is he saying that no, hey, you don't need to come because I am so and so here due to my business job or this plan or this meeting going on, and I will be back in a few days, and then follow up with his words whether he is actually back in a few days to home with you, in home with you, sorry, okay? That's where and your intuition, you always need to, you cannot just rely on that person's words or what they say. You also have to watch the actions. Words are so easy to say, okay, but the actions might be otherwise. So even if you are in a secure relationship, you always need to watch out that this person is not constantly feeling the need to literally validate you or become the source of validation where they make you so dependent on them that you literally cannot have a life outside of them with yourself, and do your own stuff and be fine doing your own stuff, and not constantly need the presence of any other person in your life 24/7 to tell you what to do, to tell you not what to do, to watch you on where you are going or not going. Okay, so those are all of the things that you need to watch out for. And your intuition never lies. In the middle of this video, I remember talking about my intuition. On the 999 portal, I had this crazy dream, okay, basically about two of my friends, okay, who are no longer my friends, by the way. They were literally like not physically abused or anything, as I saw myself in that dream with those two people. That was mentally a lot for me to take in, because I know these people in real life and I know they are not good for me or healthy for me, but I never in my life imagined that they would go to such lengths or such extents to harm me, or to, literally hurt me and betray me in such a bad way. And in that dream, exactly this thing happened. Okay, that's why I say your dreams are literally your intuition, your nervous system, who has already subconsciously picked up on that other person's energies, which are off, which are insecure, which are not good or right for you. And now you get all of those unprocessed emotions by your subconscious mind through your dreams when you're sleeping at night, and that is directly linked to your intuition. So trust me on this, never sleep on your intuition. When you immediately get the ick about that other person out of nowhere, when you're just doing your own stuff in life, okay, you're just, maybe for example, you're just randomly doing the laundry, or you're doing your own painting, dancing or singing by yourself, and suddenly hits inside your brain with a moment like, why did they say this to me? Does this statement not mean that they are insecure, or they feel jealous? I swear to God, those moments of peace and silence is where your intuition will hit you. And they're always true, they're always right. Because in the past, I have not a single experience where I didn't listen to my intuition. I chose to stick around the same people that I know are not right for me, and I constantly kept feeling it. Okay, I saw all of the signs, but I chose to ignore it. I started to convince myself, no, hey, they are your friends. You have trusted them with so many things before. They have helped you so much before. They have protected you. They have comforted you when you needed them. How can they be like this to you? And exactly, they proved me wrong. And my intuition proved me right. The same people that once protected me or made me feel comforted or safe turned out to be the ones who harmed me the most. And they were not protecting me, they were trying to protect their own ego and image. And how their character looks bad was more important than coming out and saving the friendship that we have. They cared more about saving and protecting their own image in the friendship, of how they want to look as like in my head, but they are not that real person or thing in reality.